Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Srimad Varavara Munaye Namaha, Srimad Lokarya Mahagurave Namaha. Margazhith thingaL Madi Niraindha nannāڵāl. The first Pasuram of Thiruppāvai. There are several Ithihyams shown in this Pasuram and they become a treat to our ears. Let's start with each one of them. Āṇḍāḻ starts the Pasuram as Margazhith thingaL Madi Niraindha nannāڵāl. She celebrates the time, the start of the month of Margazhi. It happened to be a full moon day. Madi Niraindha nannāڵāl. Just for this phrase, there are two Ithihyams. The first one is focused on the words Madi Niraindha, where the full moon is glowing radiantly. This phrase draws the commentators to the Gopikas previously wishing for the darkest night so they can unite with Krishna. Immediately, their chain of thought goes into the plight of the Gopikas. Sri Parasara Bhattar, the Acharya, son of Kuratarvan, details the plight of the Gopikas. They would all be waiting for Krishna to come, but he would deceive them. They would long to be with Krishna and he would have promised them that he would come, but he would disappoint them and he would go missing. So these Gopikas would assemble in front of Nandagopa's palace to complain about Krishna and to wait for him, just like how patients assemble in front of the doctor's house. Sri Parasara Bhattar's explanation is that the porch of Nandagopa's palace shows the extent of Krishna's mischief. The next Ithihyam also centers around the phrase Madi Niraindha nannāڵāl. Here the focus is on the word nannāڵāl, where Āṇḍāḻ celebrates the day as a good day, nannāڵ, a good day. Any day that sets us up with the mood to do kainkaryam to Bhagavan and Bhagavatas is a good day. As a proof to this, an Ithihyam with an Acharya called Āழ்vār Thiruvaranga Perumāள் Arayar, who happens to be the son of Yamunacharya. Yamunacharya is also popularly called as Alavandar, is referenced. Nammalvar in the Thiruvaimozhi Pasuram, where he does Mangalasasanam to the Lord of the Seven Hills, Odivil Kalamellam, refers that all of us should do uninterrupted, perpetual, blemishless kainkaryam for the pleasure of the Lord. When Āழ்vār Thiruvaranga Perumāள் Arayar offers this Pasuram to the Lord, he will repeat the words Odivil Kalamellam, Odivil Kalamellam, Odivil Kalamellam, with tears flowing down his cheeks and unable to proceed further. He celebrates the time here. Similarly, Āṇḍāḻ also celebrates the nannāڵ, nannāڵāl. The next Ithihyam is for the phrases Nandagopan Kumaran and Yashodai Ilanchingam. Nandagopan Kumaran, the youthful son of Nandagopa, one who is obedient to Nandagopa. So he is referred very righteously as Nandagopan Kumaran, the son of Nandagopa, the young son of Nandagopa. Whereas when it comes to a reference to Yashoda, he is called Yashodai Ilanchingam, the young lion cub of Yashoda. Swami Periyavachan Pillai explains this as Krishna being so obedient to his father Nandagopa, but when it comes to his mother, he shows all his mischief and might without any fear to Yashoda. That is Yashodai Ilanchingam. Swami Mudali Andan, who is the nephew of Swami Ramanuja, adds another explanation as Āṇḍāḻ not wanting to refer to Krishna directly here by his name, because she, being the daughter of Periyalvar, is afraid of what ill will fall on Krishna if she explicitly mentions him, and instead chooses to refer him as Yashodai Ilanchingam, the lion cub of Yashoda. The next phrase is Neerāda Poduveer, for which again there are a couple of Ithihyams. Here, Āṇḍāḻ invites her fellow Gopikas to take a bath in a very respectful manner. Neerāda Poduveer. Instead of just calling, oh, please come to take a bath, Kulikavango. Instead of that, she'd say, Neerāda Poduveer. She extends a formal invitation with these words. Our Acharyas discuss this as a sign of respect that is to be given to anyone that is engaged in the service of the Lord. This sometimes even extends to a mother-son relationship, and an example is given from the life of Sri Parasara Bhattar and his mother Kurathu Āṇḍāḻ, the wife of Kuratarvan. Even though Parasara Bhattar is her own son, it is said that Kurathu Āṇḍāḻ would partake his Sripada Tirtham due to him being such an exalted Bhagavata. And another example shown here is that of Periyanambi, who is the Acharya of Swami Ramanuja. When Ramanuja is out on a procession with his disciples, Periyanambi, despite being Ramanuja's Acharya, prostrates them. When asked why he did that, Periyanambi would say he could see his own Acharya Alavandar, and that's why he fell down and offered his obeisances. Such is how our Acharyas have glorified other Bhagavatas regardless of their own stature, the stature of the Bhagavatas, or the relationship, whether it's an Acharya-Sishya relationship or a mother-son relationship. Isn't that so beautiful and a wise example for us to follow? The next Ithihyam is on the phrase, Yerarnda Kanni. For this, Pillai Urangavilli says, Krishna's eyes are like his mother Yashoda's. When referring to Yashoda's eyes, Āṇḍāḻ says, Yerarnda Kanni Yashodai, the Yashoda with the beautiful eyes. Since Yashoda thoroughly enjoyed all the mischiefs and pastimes of the little Krishna, her eyes were always fully bright, blossomed, and beautiful. Tirumangayalvar also calls her as Ambanna Kannāḻ Yashodai, the one with eyes like that of an arrow. Beautiful eyes. Āṇḍāḻ now refers to Krishna as Karmeni Chengan Kadirmadiyam Pol Mugattan. Karmeni Chengan. Chengan means the one with red beautiful eyes, and exclaims his as the one with beautiful compassionate eyes. Dasar here explains that the reason for Krishna's eyes being so beautiful is that he has taken after his mom when it comes to the beauty of his eyes. Here, it is especially interesting and appropriate that this explanation was given by Pillai Urangavilli Dasar. He was originally captivated by the beauty of his wife Ponnachiyar's eyes. Then Swami Ramanuja saw this and wondered why this man is doing this. He called Dasar and he asked, "Why are you doing this?" And he said, "Oh, I am addicted. I am captivated by my wife's beautiful eyes." To which Swami Ramanuja says, "Okay, so what if I showed you eyes that are more beautiful than your wife's?" To which Dasar said, "Oh, I would then just be subject to those eyes and I would serve those eyes." Then Ramanuja took him to Periya Perumal Ranganatha and prayed to the Lord that the Lord would show to Dasar the eyes that he showed Thiruppāvai. Thiruppāvai says, "En amudinai kanda kangal mattonninai kaanave." These eyes will not see another. So, Ramanuja requests, prays to Emperuman, the Lord, to show that beautiful eyes to Dasar. And so does the Lord. Upon witnessing the beauty of Ranganatha's compassionate and beautiful eyes, Dasar and his wife Ponnachiyar surrendered to Swami Ramanuja and were ever in his service. So, it's so interesting and appropriate for Dasar, who knows the beauty of eyes, to provide this explanation. The next Ithihyam is upon the phrase Ayppadi. Ayppadi means Gokulam. Once Parasara Bhattar was doing the Kalakshepam of Thiruppāvai. Then a bhakta who did not sport the Yajñopavitam hesitated to enter the Kalakshepa hall. Bhattar very inclusively invited him and said, "Hey, the talk is about Ayppadi here." Ayppadi refers to Gokulam, like I said before, where all are welcome, and so please come in. This shows that our Acharyas saw everyone as Bhagavatas and did not distinguish between them. The last of the Ithihyams for the first Pasuram is on the phrase Koorvel Koduntholilan. Here, Āṇḍāḻ refers to Nandagopa as the one with the Koorvel, the sharp spear, and is a Koduntholilan, the one who has a tough job. Here, our Acharyas refer to someone called Siriyatan. The analogy given is that Siriyatan was a very soft and mild-natured person. Nandagopa was also soft and mild-natured until Krishna was born. But after Krishna was born, he was terrified of the enemies that keep coming relentlessly, that just keep springing out of nowhere to kill our little Krishna. So he turned into one with a tough job and sharpened his spear and kept it ready at all times to defend Krishna. So he's referred to as Koorvel Koduntholilan. What a great start with so many references to our Acharyas and their explanations. Let's immerse ourselves in the beauty of Thiruppāvai, the life of our Acharyas, and their exalted nature and spend our day. See you all tomorrow. Arvar Emperumanar Jiyar Thiruvadigalé Sharanam.